Hello, YouTube, and thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. You know, every now and then I come across some videos that inspire me to think a little deeper. And recently I watched a video regarding a fellow black man's discontent with other black men. This is not a response as much as me adding to the conversation. The link is below for his video. Also, I do enjoy his perspective whether I agree with his take on reality or not. I do encourage you to check out his channel, and if you like what you see, do subscribe. So, we have issues that may be unique or common with blacks, and ones that are male-oriented. Many times we do not keep this in mind when this perennial subject pops up. So let's try to understand that both aspects needs to be addressed. I am not going to attack black men, nor am I going to function as an apologist for the average reported decline of the American black male. I am more concerned about those who are struggling, that need and desire a helping hand in their struggle, versus those who have resigned themselves to degradation and self-pity. However, this is your experience, and if you want to wallow in the muck, who am I to not allow it? Fortunately, we cannot get away from acknowledging what dragons we must slay to be successful. What obstacles are preventing us from achieving what I consider to be a healthy life? This, of course, is subjective, and I'm not placing the yoke of my expectations on you. It is up to you to use discernment when ingesting information. Rattling off a list of challenges we are all facing only provides limited insight. I do not have all the answers. I do not pretend to have all the answers. Each person is unique and has their own heartache and pain. There are things to look out for and application of common sense, but only you can determine the appropriate course of action for yourself. Rarely do formulatic rhetoric helps to root out the core issues. The number one issue for many is entering into a zone where they temporarily do not give a damn, or daily becoming increasingly more insensitive to reality. If you are not present in your engagement with different experiences and different ideas, but resign to an unbalanced mindset like same day different shit. Of course, I'm not addressing the comedic use of this phrase, okay? But if you go to this unbalanced mindset, then we can see a major issue. This issue is negative self-talk and negative outlook on life. Sometimes we all, no matter our gender, provide messages to ourselves which arbitrarily concludes that someone is reacting negatively to you. Where we fail is when we do not bother to check this out and act not due to fact, but surrender to conjecture. Or we have negative interpretations of life even though there are no clearly defined facts that would convincingly support our conclusions. This can be especially difficult when we do not take the time to question ourselves about the content of your mind and if such content, when examined, actually serves you. If dirt can collect in your home from everyday use and is not periodically cleaned from your environment, then it can pollute your surroundings. Why would your mind be any different? The major issue is learning when something is outside of your control versus grappling with conflict or preventing conflict that is within your control. This is one of the keys to personal responsibilities. If we make a commitment to be rigorously honest and to take valid information, using it to improve ourselves, then over time, we can 1. Reshape how we relate to our challenges. 2. We can make better decisions. 3. Periodically reassess and determine our level of commitment to self-improvement. And 4. We can walk away from placing blame where it is not rightfully due. we can eliminate that temptation and understand how it is our enemy. These actions will also strengthen our resolve when we do justify pointing the finger at an injustice. Since the 80s, I have quipped that Black American men are an endangered species, though not solely due to the actions of a predator or exclusively due to some systematic restrictions, but also due to self-defeating behavior. This is harsh when we look at it, but if we widen our scope, I am confident that you will agree. Another mountain is how we look at failure. Failure can provide additional opportunities to refine and improve ourselves. Think of it as a door whose possibilities you cannot be certain of until you walk through it. It can be an invitation to pay attention to detail. It can be an exercise in building integrity and nurturing intestinal fortitude by working those muscles and not allowing those muscles to atrophy. The next part is not meant to feed a conspiracy theory. I think it can be justified by current events and historical accounts that in America we have a gender hierarchy that seems to be forever shifting, bipolar in nature and on steroids. It is populated by the gender binary. It is more easily seen when men and women are played against each other. One of the easiest ways to see this is in considering this next statement. When a woman attempts suicide, it is seen as a cry for help. When it is a man, it is because he is just weak. Though there indeed may be truth contained, this should be explored case by case, not ladled over something in a general way, which encourages not only assumptions, but other cognitive distortions, and entices us to have strange bedfellows like fallacies. We should, in my opinion, allow the evidence to illuminate realities and work to change it, versus reinforcing the us versus them dynamic that I have spoken about in so many different arenas. Both genders encounter conflict with being considered disposable. It depends on the group of people you are dealing with to determine which has it worse. However, I am not interested in a contest. My focus is on solutions. Now, class and race only appears to complicate issues. I am willing to say that on average, many ultra-conservative people and radical feminists, radical being the key here, think that the male sex does not reserve the right social history to invoke empathy or compassion. So, when you look at certain men, we can see various challenges are indeed steep, because some people can be another person's hell, and other reasons that should be a little bit more obvious to you. Now, this is reality. If the image of black men is not properly confronted and scrutinized, then superficial examinations or racial confirmatory bias will add to our struggle. We definitely don't help matters when we provide ammunition due to the outcome of our behaviors via our self-destructive behaviors or our non-thinking. Can you see how the ideal of image, popular vile thought, publicized self-destructive behavior, and despicable paradigms can influence others to deem black male men as disposable, redundant, and antiquated? By the way, the same reasoning can be linked to poor white men as well as other racial minorities. I understand this, even though my focus in this video is on black men. Our overall challenge, as I see it, is to restore a meaningful quality of life that only you can determine. To understand the need for self-improvement, not to be imprisoned by shackles which we create, to not maintain destructive memes or allow the toll of memes, stereotypes, contaminated culture, and politics to advance the colonization of your mind or to depopulate many black communities of its men. Please consider what I had to say today. Please contribute your thoughts, and thank you for your time.